It's now time to dive into non-biased and clean conversations with UpLifting Buzz Podcast with your hosts, Gary Johnson and Marcus Grove. Why wait? Let's dive on in.
Well, good evening to everybody out there that's joining in and listening to us. This is your host, Gary Johnson, and my co-host, Mr. Marcus Grove, with UpLifting Buzz Broadcast, a brand new broadcast podcast that we're bringing your way each and every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And tonight will not be a very long podcast on the show. Tonight will just be our very first introduction to you from us, introducing ourselves to our audience and to the world from our side of the perspective of UpLifting Buzz Podcast. I want to introduce you all to my very good friend, Mr. Marcus Grove, and he's going to introduce yourself, and then we'll get right on to what we're going to talk about for the next 30 minutes right here on the UpLifting Buzz Podcast. Mr. Grove.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Marcus Grove, and I'm the co-host of UpLifting Buzz Podcast. And I'm very thankful for the opportunity to be a co-host on this show. And what we are going to do is give you great entertainment, great fun, but uplifting stories, uplifting buzz, news-worthy stories with Gary. And we do want you to tune in every Tuesday and Thursday.
That's great. That's great. I'm excited, man, to have you here as a co-host right here on UpLifting Buzz Podcast as we bring a very different perspective to today's happenings, and including yesterday and tomorrow, in a non-biased format that the people can get their information and be informed and be inspired from this show. And I'm so honored to have you a part of UpLifting Buzz Podcast. Mr. Grove, for many of those that do not know who you are, would you like to share with our listening audience who you are and what you do here in the world?
Yes, so I am in Mobile, Alabama, and I am a social scientist. I went to Murphy High School, and so I am a licensed private investigator and a member of Uplift Mobile. So I do have a lot of different things that I want to talk about, I want to share with the world. I think that too much negativity is out there as one of the reasons why I am a part of Uplift Mobile. I think that by putting forth some more positive news, that will help to give people a different perspective. And obviously, we want a more truer narrative, right? So it's not necessarily putting forth a facade and some type of narrative that's not true by showcasing positive, uplifting stories. But what we do is we attempt to put forth those stories that go unseen, go unheard, and for the purpose of getting people to understand that we have a different perspective that's out there that's not being seen. So showcasing individuals and groups is what I am interested in. So I like the non-biased feel as well. I think that goes hand in hand with being a private investigator, really getting into understanding the truth of what's out there. I think that too much these days is newsworthy because of the fact that is fantasized to the point where, fake news or any type of news that is destined to be highlighted So I think that we need to showcase more non-biased things, right? I think that's important.
Right. Yeah, and most definitely. And we have so much going on that's happening, whether it be entertainment, community news, events, political, um, just across the spectrum, in general. There's a lot of things that's happening in our communities that needs a non-biased conversation and dialogue to bring facts and important information, informative information to our people, regardless of race, gender, sex, or religion, whatever the case may be. We just need to lay out the facts and not just our personal opinions, and have a common sense dialogue, and not being biased of the topic of the day or the week, and just laying out the facts, so that people can get a clear understanding viewpoint on what's happening. And I'm so excited about what's about to take place with Uplifting Buzz Podcast, and what we're about to bring to the people here in the near future, and on a long-term basis, is my prayer. And I'm just excited. For me, Gary, my name is Gary Johnson, and many of you all may not know. I am the founder and chief executive of the Buzz Report Media. And many of you all may see us. A lot of our news stories now circulating that we are publishing, and we're getting up in full steam. I am that guy that's behind Buzz Report News. Buzz Report Media is the parent company of Buzz Report News, and want to dive into these conversations and on a standpoint of what we are publishing and is happening in our communities. From, like I said, whatever it may be. We want to have a non-biased conversation about the facts, and bring that news and information and that topic to you wherever you may be, and also to have our listeners interact with what we are talking about, chat on our live feed. We also have guests on the show, not every show maybe, but majority of our shows, maybe once a week. We'll bring in some guests to, talk about certain topics and what's happening out there, and to get their feel and perspective on things. But we want to make this fun. We want to make it exciting and informative, so that you all can have a decent podcast to listen to, whether you are on the go, traveling, sitting in the park, or at home, and you want to have something to listen to. We hope and pray that you will choose Uplifting Buzz Podcast for your information here on the internet, on your tablets, smartphones. And let me share with you that we are also available not just on our website, but we are available on Facebook. We're also available on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So there are many different options that you can go to, and just type in Uplifting Buzz Podcast and lock us in, follow us, and you'll get notified for each and every episode that we publish. And every time we go live, you'll be notified, and you'll be able to join in with us. So, Mr. Grove, what are some of the things that Uplift Mobile covers that the audience should know about that does not know anything about Uplift Mobile?
Uplift Mobile covers positive, uplifting stories. We cover politics. Obviously, we did an extensive amount of coverage on the Mobile's mayor's race, the Mobile City Council race. We did an extensive coverage of that. We started off by going to meet the candidates when protesters held meet the candidates events. In the political sense, we we try to stay on the non-biased spectrum, right? So we're just there to interview. We're there to record, film, write a nice editorial piece on the events. And we do that with all of our stories, right? We cover, we had just an education piece of Newhouse Teen Center that just reopened over in District 3.
Yes, yes.
And that was a great event last night. You can check that out on uplift-mobile.com, or you can check out our Facebook at Uplift Mobile. And that was a great event where teenagers 13 to 19 came out and had a creative evening, right? It was primarily outdoors where they were able to paint. Brandon Vaughn AG was there, DJ Black. We have Christopher Morris Brown under King's Optics was the photographer at the event. And they were able to showcase that event, right? Because what Uplift Mobile is about is showcasing and highlighting individual and group or communal achievement or in the settings that they are at. And so that was a nice education event. That was with the City of Mobile Parks and Recreation Department put that event on. And I just think that was a very important piece to showcase, right? Because if Uplift Mobile was not there, if King's Optics was not there, it would have been an event that only the people who were in attendance got to enjoy, right? So with Uplift Mobile being there, we were able to create a story on that. And like I said, you can find that out on our website or on our Facebook. So other events, we have the In Celebratorium section, which is our way of highlighting celebrations. And it's kind of like the opposite of In Memoriam. Instead of highlighting, deaths, we highlight the life of people. Even if they may pass away, like we just did in Celebratorium section, you can find a piece that we just did on a local DJ, an instructor, a teacher. He was an instructor, a teacher at LaFleur High School, and he was able to transition out of that instructor role, out of that teacher role, and to becoming a DJ. He was big in line dancing, and we were able to showcase him, right? Showcase the life that he lived. And although he passed away just recently, we were able to capture the benefit concert, the benefit event, rather, that was held in his honor. We were able to capture the funeral details at Mount Hebron, and just being able to showcase that event for Mr. Eric Lovett was very important. So just to wrap this up, we do have other events or other sections like fashion. The fashion section that we have a history section. Obviously, we like to portray information on the history of Mobile, and we have a sports section as well. Education, like I mentioned, and some various sections, right? So we are big into portraying the positivity of individuals and groups, and I think that is important. So if you check out our YouTube section, you can find recent events such as Africatown had a culture fest recently. And so we were in attendance. We got to interview descendants of the Clotilda. We got to interview individuals of all things Africatown tours. So we were in attendance and got to really showcase those individuals and what was going on at the event. I think that without Uplift Mobile, it would have been missed, right? The Fox 10, WKRG, NBC, the team, they do a great job in capturing and fantasizing the news that's out there that people love and enjoy. But, going into more in-depth stories, interviewing for the sake of not just interviewing, but interviewing individuals to really capture the understanding of who, what, when, where, why. That's what Uplift Mobile is about. And so, no shade against any of the local news stations, but we try to give a more localized, raw feel that that other news stations are not doing.
Awesome. And, that is what we need. That is what we need, more informational avenues where people can get actual factual, in-depth information. And I'm so glad that we have an outlet like Uplift Mobile out there that can bring that more in-depth coverage on local topics, whether it be, be from entertainment, sports, politics, whatever it may be. You all are doing a great job, and you're doing a great job with Uplift Mobile, and the people that you have working with you always they present themselves professional. I had a chance to work with a few of them back at one of the political forums, the very first political forum at Cottage Hill Baptist Church on Cottage Hill Road for the mayor's race. Earlier part of this year, and they was really, really good and professional. And you put out some great content with Uplift Mobile. And like I said, man, I'm proud of you, and I'm proud to have you along with me here on Uplifting Buzz Podcast. So that's how we came up with the name, you all, Uplifting Buzz Podcast, because Uplift Mobile is one entity, and then Buzz Report Media is another entity, and we combined those two names. My co-host, Mr. Grove, came up with the name Uplifting Buzz Podcast. I was all over the place trying to find a name for the podcast, and bam, there it goes. He came up with it. He put the two together. Now we have Uplifting Buzz Podcast. But as I said earlier, there are several ways that you can interact with us. One would be going directly to our website at upliftingbuzzpodcast.com. And all of our episodes, there's a contact us page. There's also a section where you can do a voice recording, and it will send it directly to us. And you can also download our episodes and listen to them later, however you want to make, how you may choose to do that. If you want to send some information to us that you want to, that you think is, show worthy, that we should bring to our listening audience, contact us on our page, and we'll get back with you. You also can go to Facebook. Also, while you're on Facebook, be sure to like our page on Facebook, to follow us on Facebook, and share our episodes with your following as well. Also, we're on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram as well. All of these outlets, you can just type in Uplifting Buzz Podcast, and we should pop up with that big, beautiful yellow, purple, and green logo. Our Mardi Gras colors here on the Gulf Coast, and that's what our theme is tailored after. And also, you can go listen to us on any of our streaming outlets such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and so many more that you just type in Uplifting Buzz Podcast, and you'll be able to find us there. But make sure that you hit that follow button so you'll be able to follow us each and every week. And you can go back and listen to any of our episodes and our guests that we've been having on our show here on Uplifting Buzz. Buzz Report Media, Mr. Grove, was started maybe 2 years ago. We wasn't heavy as we are now, but we have went into a full operation with Buzz Report News. We're covering everything local, regional, and national, whether it be politics, crime, religion, entertainment. And if y'all know, right now, the lottery, the Powerball have hit, that's stretched out to $1.7 billion, not million, $1.7 billion. And, we're following that. So Mr. Grove, I want to ask you on our very first introduction show tonight, if you were to play those numbers and you were to, win $1.7 billion, what would you do with $1.7 billion?
Oh, wow. Well, good question. Good question. I actually thought about it. I think I'll definitely pay some bills. But other than that, I think that, the Gulf Coast and Mobile, the city of Mobile, the county of Mobile is so, so important to me. I think that I would have to use it as a business investment. It's not enough businesses in the city of Mobile ran by people from Mobile. We have a lot of businesses in Mobile that when people leave from work, they go back to Baldwin County, they go to Mississippi. And I think that even for the business owners, that's what's happening. I think that for me, I would put it back into my business. I think that, it's important that media outlets like Buzz Report Media, Uplift Mobile, and a lot of others are fueled with finances. I think that's the one thing that pits local business owners against those big conglomerates is the money revenue, right? So that's what I would definitely pay some bills first, but it would be for business capital infusion.
Yes, and for me, I'm even though I don't play the lottery, but it's so tempting. $1.7 billion. I can't let temptation get him away. But if I were to win $1.7 billion, first I'll pay my tithes, so give my 10% back. Two, I have a passion of helping others, and I know that there's a lack of help. Substantial need of help coming from our communities and government standpoint with the homeless. I would like to be able to do something for our homeless population. And then also I would like to invest into some community initiatives to help build a brighter future for our younger generation. Our young people. I think there need to be a greater investment in our young people, whether it be educational, jobs, housing, so forth. And there's a lack in that area. I think that can use some help. And I that's where my resources would go as a starting point to make sure that our young males and females on a positive footing and to help them succeed in life. But that's what Buzz Report News is covering. Like I said, if it's hot, we talking about it. If it's happening, we are talking about it, and we're bringing it your way. We might not be instant with it, like some of the other news outlets are, but we try to be on time with it, and be sure to know that Buzz Report News is on it, and we're going to bring it your way as it is happening. Mr. Grove, I'm so excited, man, again, to have you a part of the Uplifting Buzz podcast. Like I say, we got a lot of exciting things that we're planning to bring before the people over the next course of the couple weeks. As you know, that we have a few hot elections coming up here in the Mobile County. And we have some that have races have been decided. We had some losers and we had some winners. And then I also come to find out this week, Mr. Grove, Chickasaw will have a new mayor. Their mayor was defeated. We got two new challengers up in Chickasaw. So Chickasaw will also have a new mayor. We'll have several new mayors in Mobile County. We have a first black mayor, Bay Manette. That's coming along in November. So there's a lot of great things happening out there. I think that people should be talking about this. Let's talked about in the mainstream media. And that's what we are here to do. Like I said, have a non-biased conversation about it. And one thing we want you all to know, that this is not a Democrat, Republican, independent, moderate, conservative show. This is a common sense show that we talk about the real issues that's happening, and from a non-biased perspective, from our heart, that's factual, not opinion based. We want people to be informed so they can make informed decisions about anything that's happening out there that's surrounding them, that's important to their lives. And like I said, man, I'm so happy to do this, and each and every week, and and be that voice for the people.
Yeah, same here, and amen to that. It's not enough non-bias or companies that's attempting to be non-biased. I mean, we know that biases do come and happen, but the attempt to sway against that is important. And so, Mr. Gary, I do appreciate for having myself and Uplift Mobile on as your co-host.
Yes, sir. Our 30 minutes is coming to an end, and we are so glad to be able to introduce to you the very newest podcast on the internet, on your radio, on your phones. That is UpLifting Buzz Podcast with your host, Gary Johnson and Marcus Greenwood. Listen, you can also visit our websites and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. You will see two logos of it being presented by Buzz Report Media and UpLift Mobile. Click on each one of those logos and you can take us directly to the website of each of our media companies presenting this show to you. And you can learn more about our companies, get informed, be interactive with us, and communicate with us. We're hoping that you enjoy what we have brought to you so far on today. We introduce ourselves to you, and we are asking that you will follow all podcast streaming sites, and also on our website and social media accounts as well. And that's UpLifting Buzz Podcast. Until next time, on next week, on next Tuesday, this is the first episode of UpLifting Buzz Podcast with your hosts, Gary Johnson and Marcus Grove.
You've been listening to another episode of UpLifting Buzz Podcast with Gary Johnson and Marcus Grove, where we bring you non-biased conversations that focus on all things happening yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Visit our website and share your thoughts and stay informed. Until next time, be blessed.